Education and jobs are high priority in Puerto Rico at this moment in time. Marisol Rivera shows us a new initiative to support the efforts to build new opportunities.
Several new programs and initiatives, including the 21st Century Tech Force being one of them. Can you develop on that?
Yes, that's an initiative calling for the creation of 50 additional digital jobs in Puerto Rico in the next 10 years. We're incentivizing education entities, post-secondary education entities in Puerto Rico to provide short careers, certifications, associate degrees in this area. We are incentivizing even the universities that have engineering, for example, that offer engineering bachelor's degrees to within the program for the bachelor's degree to, in the midstream of it, to give the students associate degrees that would allow them to work while they study. So it is an innovative initiative on our part. This is $50 million we're devoting to this, $50 million of state funds, because we know that ever more so the industry is calling for people with digital skills, all kinds of industries. So we want to be, not only to deal with this digital divide, we want to be leaders in the U.S. in terms of dealing with this demand for digital jobs.
Another initiative that you mentioned, which many people will be happy to hear, is about the electronic car tag. Can you care to develop?
Yes, we should be launching that marbete electronic or electronic, how did you call it? Car tag this summer. And I know that will be more than welcome. What we've seen in our Department of Transportation and Public Works is the effective use of technology. For example, now you can obtain temporary driver's licenses as well as transfer title to vehicles electronically. We also no longer have lines of people waiting at the SESCOs, the agency that deals with vehicle, with transportation issues. So we don't no longer see big lines because appointments are given through the net, and we'll continue to do that to improve the efficiency and accessibility of government services.
You mentioned that 95% of permits for reconstruction have been approved. The permit acquisition is a sore subject for entrepreneurs. What can you tell us about those permits?
Well, I hope I am judged by the relevant statistics. When we came in, when my administration started, there were 11,000 business permits pending approval at the Office of Permits. Now 600. So the difference is dramatic. And then reconstruction projects, which are key and involve a lot of permitting, 95% of them have already gotten all the permits they need. And in fact, we have, just dealing with FEMA funds, we have close to 3,000 construction projects underway as we speak.
Lastly, you also mentioned that the workforce of construction is almost saturated. Do you have any plans to allow workers to come from elsewhere?
Well, we're devoting CDBG-DR funds to train laborers for construction skills. We have devoted close to $90 million for that effort. So hundreds of laborers have been trained. We'll continue to do that. We're also expanding vocational offerings in our public schools to steer students towards the construction industry because it is booming now. It is, our contractors by and large are at full capacity, and we know it because of the bid processes throughout Puerto Rico. Major construction works are having no problem in terms of finding the necessary labor, but we see that when we're dealing with smaller contractors,